Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Linda and you're at Icky Chic Designs. Well, we're going to start probably the final quilt for this year. I still have my landscape quilt to complete and also my little owl quilt hanging. I've got to finish that up, and then I'm going to start this one, and that will complete all the quilts that I'm going to do this year. Now this one, I wanted to do this one because it's going to give me a way to use up a lot of my small slow stitch pieces, and I think that's going to be wonderful. It's a sampler quilt in that each block stands alone on its own. And so I can incorporate a small piece into that block and theme it around that. And then each block will be different. I will be putting these together the same way as I've put all my quilts together, and sashing them also in the same manner with scrap sashing. Now this one, the sampler quilt is going to be based on 8-inch blocks, okay? 8-inch blocks. But I will be mainly focusing on keeping my design within a 6.5-inch square on that 8-inch. Now, if you can see there that I've drawn a red line on this batting to show me where 6.5-inch block is. When I put my foundation fabric on, which these are going to be my foundation fabrics, 2 kinds of ticking, which I have scraps of these fabrics. This one have a little bit more, probably have about a yard of this right here. But these are going to be my foundation fabrics on each square. And when I put these on, I will cut them 8 inches, put it on, and then because, excuse me, because I've drawn the lines here, I can lift that up and pin on that line so that from the top side, I'll know approximately where my 6.5 inches is. I'll show you that when I get to that point again. But that will help me then to design within that period of piece and keep it within that, so that I have plenty of room when I put 2 blocks together. I'll have close to about 1.5 to 1.75 inches where I can lay my sashing down. Okay. Now, pieces like this one here that I just finished will fit beautifully inside that area. And if you can imagine it sitting on one of these foundation fabrics, this one, or this one. I always like to turn the stripes kind of like this is a horizontal pattern. I like to turn my stripes opposite of whatever my pattern is. So it's going to allow me to use up these scrap fabrics and utilize a lot of my pieces. Now every square may not have something I've already made in it. I may just design a whole new little slow stitch design inside of that area. That's why I'm calling it a sampler quilt, because like I said, every block will be different and will be a standalone block, in that it's the pattern or the motif or the piece, or it doesn't repeat anywhere. Okay. How big, I don't know yet. I really would like to make this a bigger quilt, but we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out, what I can handle, what I can't. Meanwhile, I'll be just working on the blocks and maybe putting long strips together. And because I may have to have help if I make a full size quilt. I just don't know. We'll get there when I get there. Lap size quilts seem to be better for me. I can usually handle those in my work area that I have. And since I can't motivate right now, can't stand, I can't walk around without a walker, it's kind of hard. So I'm going to have to do what I can do in my lap work. And of course, it's all going to be hand stitched. Every bit of it will be hand stitched. And so that's what we're going to be working on next. So if this looks like something that you could do with your scraps, your slow stitch pieces that you have no idea what you're going to do with them, and you'd like a really pretty lap quilt for home decor, this would not be a utility quilt. This is not something that you would use and throw through the washing machine. This is more like a home decoration, decor, embellishment, something that you would stylize across a couch or a chair or an ottoman, something that's just pretty, okay? And of course, it could be picked up as a lap quilt and used that way as you're sitting. But, and you could actually, you know, put it on a bed. But if you were to use it like a utility quilt, it wouldn't hold up. You could also, every type of quilt that I've ever done like this, as long as I hand wash it, lay it flat to dry, I'm good to go, because I don't put anything into that quilt that can't be hand washed. Delicate, you know, just about anything, if you clean it carefully and gently, will be able to hold up. And then find a good place to lay it flat and dry it. Okay, you can tag it to a frame you've built, if you have a table big enough, but I like to do it like on a frame or something, because that way it dries from both sides. And also the tacking the corners to a frame, it doesn't shrink and things like that. Okay, so I wanted to kind of show you where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, and we'll be working along. And if you want to start this with me, this will be a good quilt for us to work on the rest of the year. Keep us busy and keep us creative, okay? All right. How about jumping in with me? And if you are, let me know. I'd love to have your company. Till next time, let's all stay scrap happy.